Yo, what is up? So what I'm doing here, I'm looking at FSR 4.0.1 through the Adrenalin app, so the official support. So I'm just checking the floor, and there is a fair bit of flicker when I'm looking at the floor. So I thought I'd just literally test this bit first, because it looks like a good place to test it, because I wanted to compare it to the SDK FSR 4.0.2. And also the OptiScaler version of 4.0.2. So I thought I'd have a look at Cyberpunk. I may do a few videos on this game. So I did complete the Phantom Liberty edition. I don't really go back to it, but I thought possibly I might even try a third person mod video to see, because I've heard a lot of people do want that in the game. So, and I've got some thoughts on that. So I'll probably do a video on it. I've looked into how you can actually mod it. So it's pretty easy to mod it to get a third person view of the game. I mean, I've already actually installed the Cybertweaks engine, which is what you need to literally install the third person mod. But I don't think it comes up all the time. I think it'll literally only work when you're in the world. So I thought, while I'm on the game, I might as well test out FSR 4 with the SDK, the OptiScaler version, and see if there's a difference, because I want to see what games it's actually working in, because there's been a few I've tested and I've found it to be a lot worse than what it should be. So, but generally, I mean, I did notice in this game, uh, once I put the file in, it did come up with FSR4, even without the app. So what I mean is, inside the Adrenalin app, you can literally turn off the FSR4 toggle for Cyberpunk. Just place the AMD Fidelity SDK files in, three of them, and it works. It brings up FSR4 in the menu, so that was good. But I did want to check to see if it actually works. Is it giving you the same quality as OptiScaler when you put FSR 4.0.2 on? So it does seem to be definitely working in this game to bring it up. But then I wanted to have a look at the differences between OptiScaler. So what I've done is I've just put it back to FSR 3 to make sure it's not using it. But I did end up going with FSR 3 just to, because this is how I used OptiScaler before. I used the FSR 3, and there's usually no difference, and it's very, very rare, but usually there's no difference. The only difference I've seen is sometimes there is more ghosting on DLSS. So in that case, just use XeSS instead in the upscaling menu, or FSR if it works. But sometimes, quite a few times actually, it's crashed the game when I've used FSR. But it tends to work once there's a definitely official support more with that, and then you can just update the file using upscaler. So that's what I'm doing here. So through OptiScaler, it definitely cleared up compared to FSR 4.01, which did not surprise me one bit, because the Adrenalin app is using an out-of-date version there, basically. So that, again, it will not completely clean up, because I'm pretty sure it's because there is no ray reconstruction in this game for AMD yet. So until FSR Redstone comes along, that is the advantage Nvidia have got. So I'm not saying it looks bad. It's just there is a slight bit of flickering, but it's way, way better than what it was. Pretty much. I think that's why. So there is a bit of flicker, but once you go further into the game, it's only in certain parts, and I did find it to be a million times better uh, using FSR4. I mean, I did play this game on the XCX with FSR3, so you can see here it's not working, because what it is the SDK files. They're different to the ones OptiScaler uses. So even though it's coming up in the menu, it's because the game thinks technically it's right. It's using the latest file, and you can see it in DLSS swap up. but it's not the right file. So the so I'll just put a note there, text. So what I'll do, I'll just completely remove the Optiscaler files, and then I'll just put the SDK files in. So basically, this is what I did after I tested the SDK. So the SDK looked pretty good, but once I put Optiscaler in, it changed that file, and it's obviously a file that's slightly different. So you want to make sure that official FidelityFX file is the one. So if you've already got Optiscaler installed on the game, you want to completely remove Optiscaler. Make sure you remove them files, the FidelityFX files, and then just paste the three files in. Although it probably does overwrite it anyway, but I just made sure I just delete them. So you don't want anything with the Optiscaler, just remove it, and then it did work correctly once I'd done that. So I'll just basically load up the game again with it installed correctly, and I did find it to look a lot better. So it looks exactly the same to me as the Optiscaler version. So you might as well just use the free files in this game. And so I did have a bit of a playthrough just to check it out. And yeah, it's definitely one of the best times for AMD to play Cyberpunk. As I said, once FSR Redstone comes along, end of this year, I'm hoping they get the ray reconstruction in as well, and it will literally be even better. So at the moment, DLSS 4, I would say, I think generally it still has an edge in their exclusive games anyway, with aliasing just on the floor. Although it definitely does do a much better job, FSR 4.0.2, of cleaning that up. So it's only noticeable in this bit I found, and then I started playing it, and it looked alright. So there's going to be a few areas I'd say where it may flicker slightly, but it's not as off-putting as a FSR 4.0.1, and 100% not as bad as a FSR 3. I mean, definitely what surprised me is I always remember when I come out, so I'm doing the Culpo like mission, which basically you can be a Culpo nomad or whatever. So I thought I'd do that because there is a certain scene where I always notice a massive difference between AMD's FSR and the DLSS, and I literally couldn't believe how good it looked, and it was literally just as good as a DLSS 4 because I've looked at it. And generally I do think ray reconstruction, I mean, as I said, in the exclusive games with Nvidia, they always manage to put that ray reconstruction in, and that does help them with image quality a lot, with just making everything look a lot cleaner. So it's because they've got that extra technology at the moment. So I believe that is the biggest difference really. But in terms of image quality, it it looks really good. FSR 4.0.2 on this game, and so I did have a look at some of the characters. That was a nice improvement, and I'll talk a bit more about the other scene I was talking about. But in terms of hair quality, it's so much better. I mean, I hated the hair quality on FSR 3. It definitely improved on FSR 4.0.1. But like I'm seeing in games like Celeblade, there's been an improvement with the hair quality on the FSR 4.0.2. So I think that's all it needs really. It's building up to it. It's building up to FSR Redstone, and then I think that will literally complete what AMD need, and maybe the machine learning frame generation, which because I've been testing it out a bit on the Nvidia's side, it definitely in quite a few games it does actually improve the responsiveness as long as you're getting a good enough FPS before you turn it on. It does sort of it just smooths out the motion. It's a smoothing technique, and so if AMD can get, I'll probably try out a bit more and see how it feels. Again, it's a feature I'd just use if it's available. I wouldn't go out of my way to buy a new GPU for it. Uh, I'm more impressed with upscaling this generation. As you can see, it does look a lot better. There is a slight bit of a aliasing, but it's not too bad. I mean, it's something I can put up with. It's not so bad that I can't play it. So overall, I'd say it's looking really good. Uh, from what I'm seeing, there's another scene I go into with Jackie, and as soon as I got in the bar area, yeah, it looked so good. And then just before I go in, which is what I was talking about, so I usually look at the bodyguard. It's a female bodyguard, and it looks so good on the DLSS 4 with that, and then it literally looks pretty much the same on the AMD side now. So yeah, definitely. I'd recommend just putting in the files now. AMD's official SDK files. The only thing with that method is I'm not sure. Well, I 100% know it's not working in every game because I tried it in Stellar Blade and it didn't look the same at all with in terms of hair quality. So I noticed that straight away. But generally, I think maybe if you put the files in and it actually comes up with FSR 4 in the menu, it's working generally. Although there could be a few games where it's not. But the easiest way to try out is just see if there's any bad shimmering going on, because that doesn't happen on the FSR 4.0.2. You may get a slight bit of flicker light in this game, but if it's badly shimmering where it's totally noticeable, like we saw in Fabio's video Ancient Gameplays in RoboCop, that definitely wasn't FSR 4.0.2. So it looked broken, so it's not going to work in every game at the moment, but maybe once AMD officially release these files, it will. So that's what I'm thinking. So I haven't had a lot of time to try out that method in a lot of games. I did try Wu Chang, 100% wasn't working, it looked terrible. And then when I went to OptiScale up using that method to update it to FSR 4.0.2, it was a million times better. So it's going to be a tell of the game. But if it works, I mean, possibly it's I mean, I wasn't too surprised it was working on this game because I think AMD did seem to make this a priority for FSR 4. Like in terms of architecture, I think the 9070 XT was literally built around this game, so it would work well in terms of performance. I wasn't literally too surprised, but so maybe this is one of the games they've made sure it would actually work on with in terms of updating the files first. But I mean, Last of Us, I haven't had a good test of that, but Last of Us Part 2, when I updated the files with the SDKs, yeah, it definitely looked alright. So, and it did actually update to 4.0.2 in the launcher. So games with launchers, maybe Ratchet and Clank, that was another one I was going to look at. Maybe it works in that. I'd say I'm 90% sure it would work with that. So if you want to try that method, if you do, let me know if that works. I can have a look at it, test out the image difference. But I think that's pretty much my thoughts on that. So again, I mean, the 90 XT, I think for what I paid for it, and if you can get for around the MSRP price, I think it's really good. So, I mean, there's a reason why there's been a lot of hype about it. And for what you get, I mean, it literally surprises me in a lot of games. It's definitely got close to the 4090 in quite a few games. I've seen it for myself. So that's impressive in itself because, I mean, I did watch that video the other night, what J2 did, and I just laughed to myself at times because for me Blackwell is just not great at all, and It literally just turned me off it when it first released, and now it seems the drivers are just getting worse and worse. So, I mean, the uplift wasn't great anyway compared to either Lovelace. So it wasn't great. It wasn't a good uplift on the 4000 series anyway. And you had a few negatives with the 32 PhysX games that I didn't like. And then I just thought, well, unless I'm getting the 5090, I'm not getting an upgrade anyway. Because I literally find that 80 series is just getting handicapped each generation. And then I'll look at some results on that when I'm looking at J2 Sense, looking at his video, and he's showing that the 97 XT is actually beating the 5080 in one of the games and a few others I've seen in the past. It just totally makes me think, what is the point of buying that for 1,200 or whatever it is, when the 97 XT is actually even beating it in games, and it literally don't even cost. It's literally pretty much half the price of that. So for me, it's not worth it all, that 5080. The 5070 Ti is probably the one you should look at if you want NVIDIA. The 5080, no, nah. I won't waste my time with that one. I think really the 5070 Ti and the 97 XC, they're the best value for money cards this generation. I wouldn't look at anything else personally if I didn't have anything. So, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if in the 6000 series generation with NVIDIA that the 80 class is pretty much overpriced again and not giving you much value. I mean, the 4090 is still going strong. Looking at the benchmarks in that video, I did do a post about it, and it's another reason why I literally got that, because I found it at a decent price, and I thought, well, if I sell my 4080 Super for just over 900, I can just pick that up, use most of the profit I'll get. So that's why I got that, and it's obviously a far better card. So yeah, I'm happy with that, and I wanted to get that 24GB of VRAM for certain games. But again, if I'm paying around the price I got the 97 XT for, I think it's the right bargain. So it doesn't bother me that I'm only getting the 16GB for what it can do. But generally, I think once you buy a card in the generation, you probably shouldn't buy another one until next generation, because the uplift isn't looking that great now. So unless you can literally sell one and then get most of your money back, it depends. I mean, what I did, I literally did get a nice bit of cash to put into the 4090. Anyway, so we're looking at this, and this is what I was talking about. So the fidelity on this bodyguard here, everything looks great, the hair quality looks great. So that is pretty much what I was seeing on DLSS before. So that really impressed me. So, and then when I got in here, everything looked great. So it's definitely, it's the best time to play it, I think, at least until FSR Redstone comes out, and it will look even better with array reconstruction. But there's nothing to literally make me think, oh, I can't play it yet. So yeah, I'll definitely, like I said, just put the free SDK files in from AMD's website, or the GPU Open was it, and then you can be confident that it's actually working now, FSR 4.0.2. So that's pretty much it for me. So I'll just basically turn the sound up a bit, and you can watch the rest of the video and look at FSR 4.0.2. So see you in the next one.
Problem of yours.
Data shard. Take it. What do you think?
Won't come cheap. It'll have to be done on the sly. No trail. Hard eddies only.
Got the money.
Full crew job for sure. Techie, maybe two. A runner with a gold-plated brain. And a driver with wheels from hell. Not to mention a solo.
The piece I'm missing.
That what you need from me? My trigger finger to zero this lady?
Thought I could always count on you, Jack.
Well, you know me. I'm not all sunshine and rainbows, but this job ain't my style. Actually, I didn't think it was yours either.
You know how Arasaka operates. Or... okay, maybe you don't. This isn't a professional request I can refuse.
But I can. And I am. And you should too. Now, what do you say we liquor up and talk life? Gracias, mamita. Double tequila with grenadine and lime. Nothing better for drowning nerves.
To this.
Was that a toast? The hell does that even mean? You raise a glass to your mama, your hermana, to the mamacita you'll meet at the bar, but this doesn't say a damn thing. To this. This job and all the rest of that corpo bullshit, you know what it is? Un pacto con el diablo. Been saying it all along. Sold your soul to those Arasaka fuckers. Today, they got you to zero somebody. Tomorrow, they'll get somebody else to zero you.
Think I have a choice? If I refuse, they take everything and leave me nothing.
And well, let them. They'll also take the fist they got gripping your balls. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty picky about who I let touch my balls. And Saburo and his matones, oh, they definitely do not make the cut.
Maybe someday. But for now, I'm still well within their reach.
You'll always be within reach. Always Hey, you lost? Got a problem?
V, is that right?
Did Jenkins send you? Don't believe I know you.
You don't, but we know you very well. Jenkins assigned you a task today. You'll share all the details with us.
Name and department again? Didn't quite catch it the first time around. Fuck!
How you feeling? Pretty sharp dive, huh?
Your access to company networks is hereby revoked. In 2 minutes, any company cybernetics in your possession will cease functioning. Give us the data you received from Jenkins. This will conclude termination procedures.
Information's on the shore.
Smart choice.
We done?
With the formalities, yes. But I think Abernathy would gladly up our fee for ridding her of a piece of rot like you.
Stand up. You're coming with us.
Come on, move it.
Vaya, esperen. I think you fellas might have forgotten just how far from home you are. Not sure this barrio's your style, let alone a healthy option. Queda claro.
Is that a threat?
Well, you start shooting, maybe we join in, huh? Before you know it, somebody might die today.
We have what we came for. It'll do for now.
Whew, dodged one there. Hijo de la chingada. V, how you feel? You all right?
Like shit. My throat's like sandpaper. Not sure I can breathe.
It's like when my little primito was ditching drugs. Nasty chills, trembling hands, cold sweat and dry heaving.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
Hey, should I get you to a Ripper? Or, I guess, maybe trauma team's on its way.
Give me a minute. Get my shit together. That'd be that, Jack. Just lost control of my life. Completely.
I'd say you got it back. You couldn't say no to them. So they said it to you. This is a turn for the better. You'll see. Besides, you haven't lost everything.
No, Jack, I did. Lost everything. Access to intel systems. My pad, car, contacts. Every shred of credibility.
Oh, at least you still got the eddies for the hit job. Probably some fat-ass chunk of cha-ching, just right for a new start. That's right, chica. Buckle up. Hey, you hearing all right? Don't look so hot. V! Hey, hermana. Your new life. It starts now.
Hello there, Night City! Stanley here with you. Ahead of us.
Chick we're looking for is somewhere in this building. Probably crawling with the pendejos that kidnapped her. Eyes and ears open, all right? Speaking of which, got you a little something. Militech